Hello, citizens of the world. I am your host, Dio, and I'm going to be giving you a manga chapter review of Bleach. Now, I do think this was a better Bleach chapter compared to the ones that we have gotten over the course of the past 2 months, over the course of fucking 2015 in general, because it took longer to read. Sure, in the beginning, fucking, oh my god, like 5 to 10 pages. Of course, these big ass panels, everyone's saying like, shoot down Soul Society. It's just Aizen Ryatsu going crazy, and I'm like, what the fuck? I can't. I'm like scrolling through this shit. I want substance, and that's what's happening with Bleach for the longest time. That's the biggest problem that I have with it right now, and that's why it comes across as me, hating on it. I don't hate it. I'm just annoyed of how I just keep reading these chapters so fucking quickly. That's annoying. But we did get quite a bit when it came to, well, you know what? Even the dialogue, when you think about it, that Mayuri gave to Aizen, that was all pretty much useless. Like, because Aizen summarizes it. Because, basically, all you need to know is that Mayuri is using his little trinket to alter the degree of Aizen's Reiatsu, so he's not so goddamn OP. Again, to restrict Aizen, because you can't have Aizen doing all this in a fucking chair. I mean, you really can't. I mean, he's already OP in a chair. You gotta lower the power level of this fucker for like a solid couple minutes until you get up to the Royal Palace and he could just go ham on Yuha Bach. So, I mean, again, it's Aizen, and just fuck. You can't have him. You can't have him doing all this shit in a fucking chair, okay? So you need to, restrict his power a bit. So, I mean, Aizen just summarized it, and Mayuri really didn't need to give that dialogue. And one more thing before I get into actual meat of the chapter, the stuff that I found to be interesting and that I really enjoyed, and it gave actual substance to the fucking chapter instead of me just saying nothing happened in the chapter. I'm just gonna tell you stuff that happened in it without really any thoughts at all. Me just repeating the same shit. But this one thing is pissing me off, okay? And I want to keep it brief. I don't want to save it for the end of the video because I've said this before. I actually said this in my Tuesday review of Bleach because it was a late video. Oh no! But they should have been up there by now, in all fucking honesty. And you have Aizen doing this shit I'm gonna shoot down the Soul Palace or the Royal Palace. Fuck, Soul Palace. And you think it's gonna go somewhere because the gate last week was destroyed. You're like, okay, fine, it's gonna go somewhere at least, but it doesn't. They have to make the gate again. It's just such a nuisance. It's such a hindrance, and it's annoying. They could have been up there already, but they're still down there. But Aizen had to be like, oh, I'm gonna shoot it down. Mayuri's like, nope, can't let you do that. I gotta restrict you. It's against my honor. But I mean, whatever at this point. It's fine. But we did get some interesting stuff with the Sternritter and how they're basically changing sides, and it adds some interesting development to the characters of, well, mostly Bazby and I guess Zombie Girl and fucking Glutton. Now, that one Sternritter, I forgot what the fuck his name was. He was trying to best Aizen. What you doing, boy? Are you trying to spank Aizen? No. If he was out of that chair, he could easily curve stomp you. He would go in dry. Okay? Boy, lick my shoes. That's what Aizen is to this fucking piece of shit. This fucking dumbass Sternritter. He looks like a fucking massively ghetto version of Nimaya. Seriously. But he tries to, paralyze Aizen, and he does do that. It's only going to work for a short amount of time because he's Aizen, of course. Now, again, with this, it adds some interesting development to Baz B, because I mean, we've seen a couple, many chapters back, about 20, that of course I'm busy. That Bach betrayed them. Of course, he stole most of their power, with the exception of those four. And it's very interesting because do other Sternritter still have their powers? Like, are they just hiding somewhere, or are the rest of them just done? Like, I completely forgot. But it is interesting because the Vanden Reich, of course, it's within Sternritter, its little pocket, and Bach's gonna fucking destroy that too, as well as Soul Society. So it's a big problem. Well, that's still his game plan, right? Because he has a piece of the Soul King. So, like, it's just weird. It's just weird at this point. But I mean, it's interesting. I'm not gonna lie. And I want to see where that goes. They're gonna help the Shinigami repair the gate, which how they're gonna do that, I'm not really sure. I guess lend some power as well. I guess that's what they're gonna do, and they're gonna go up to the royal palace with the rest of the Shinigami and do their thing. So I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that was cool to see. It added some interesting new developments towards these three characters, mostly Baz B. And it was, I guess hinted before, or shown before, that he was massively affected by this shit. Like, what the fuck, Bach? We were your boys and you're fucking us up. Like, you can't do that. You can't do that to your men. Well, that's happened many times throughout, well, the Bleach story. And history. That's right. Examples? No. But overall, regardless of that stuff, it was okay. Honestly, it was better compared to other chapters we've gotten since 2015, but that was good with the stuff that we got with the Sternritter. So overall, okay, and I'll see you guys next week.